Well, the political press spends so much time mindlessly exulting over the imminent blue wave, like the herd animals they are, that they largely overlooked one of the real surprises of this cycle. And we don't know what's going to happen, but here's what we do know. There is an actually competitive Senate race in New Jersey. That's a blue state if there ever was one. Recent polls show a single-digit margin between Democratic incumbent Robert Menendez and Republican businessman Bob Hugin. The close race is in part the result of Menendez's behavior while in office. Federal court documents describe, quote, specific corroborated allegations that Menendez and a donor had sex with underage prostitutes in the Dominican Republic several years ago. He strongly contests those allegations. Prosecutors also pursued a bribery case against Senator Menendez. It centered on favors that he performed for a donor who let him ride on his private plane, paid for expensive hotel rooms in Paris, gave him access to a private golf course in Palm Beach, among other things, and then, of course, contributed generously to Menendez's campaigns. Federal prosecutors in the end failed to convict him successfully on those charges, mostly because the Supreme Court narrowed the standards for what constitutes bribery in America. Earlier today, video of Menendez supporters ripping out lawn signs surfaced on the internet. Here it is.
Y'all don't live here. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't live here, bro.
Ripping out lawn signs and littering, we should say. Our rule generally is we don't have candidates on right before elections because we don't put our thumb on the scale too much, but this is such an amazing race. We couldn't resist talking to Bob Hugin. He's the Republican running against Menendez, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Hugin, thanks very much for coming on. So this race has received relatively little attention.
Great to be with you.
Thank you. The alleged corruption against Menendez got also relatively little attention. Do you think his behavior is one of the central issues in this race?
Absolutely. When we started this race, Tucker, less than a third of New Jerseyans even knew that he had been indicted by the Obama administration. And then when he went on the Senate floor and was pontificating about when will America listen to women, and here's a sworn FBI affidavit that talks about these very specific allegations and corroborating evidence. And in that same release in the Department of Justice materials said when we confronted you with these allegations, you lied, demonstrably false statements about the allegations. So lying in the top of the sexual misconduct, the people of Jersey deserve to know that.
No, they do. In fact, I edited the first story on that, and he called me a racist on some grounds for running that story. But it turned out, I think, to be really clear and true. So what you're saying is there are enough Democrats in the state who find his behavior abhorrent that they might vote for you, a Republican.
Well, you know, Tucker, the race, the momentum is so palpable and clear. We're in a statistical tie right now. And some polls, internal polls, have us with a slight lead. Slight other polls we've seen, other people had us in a tied. So it's really in the margin of error right now. And the momentum is so clearly on our side. People are realizing New Jersey can actually do better. And I'm a Jersey guy. I was born here, raised here. We raised our 3 kids here. I only left to join the Marine Corps. And so, you know, the momentum is so clear. People in Jersey want better. They deserve better. And we're going to give them better on November the 6th.
The state is controlled by Democrats, not exclusively, but largely. Are you worried that it won't be a clean election? Do you think you can get a fair shake in the election?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, Tucker, we believe that we want all fair elections, and we'll have actually challengers. I think it's 6,000 precincts in New Jersey. For the first time in a long time, Republicans will have challenges in every precinct to make sure that we have the kind of election that Americans deserve. And we hope as many New Jerseyans get out to vote as possible, especially the momentum we have with, and I had another very significant Democratic endorsement on Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm going to get a very significant Hispanic endorsement that had previously been in Senator Menendez's camp. So the momentum on independents, Democrats, and Republicans obviously is just tremendous. And so we're surging at the right time. Things are looking good. 12 days left to go. It's all going to be down to who gets the vote out, and we're committed to making sure that happens.
We'll be watching. Pretty amazing that guy's still in the U.S. Senate. Pretty shocking. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's a disgrace. Thank you. Time now for final exam. Can you beat our news experts in remembering